Disappointing. You never like losing to this mob, but look, the fact that we didn't get embarrassed and get blown away after quarter time was good, but it is frustrating. It is frustrating to get back into a game like that and then lose in the end. But, if we're being rational about it, all things considered, and the team that we put out there tonight, pretty good effort, all in all. But, yeah, that first quarter was just very, very poor. Turnovers really the theme of the night. It was always going to be a game where, with the team that we had to be really clean. Outside of Peter, didn't really have too many people who could take big contested marks, and you kind of need to rely on good service for that. And it was also a game where whoever had midfield domination really just did the work. When we win the footy, had the clearance game, it was very easy to score. Likewise for them, and again with the players that we had available to us, the back line, particularly early on, basically every time it went down there, they scored. They got better as the game went on, started to work for each other a bit more, but yeah, it was always going to be tough tonight. But yeah, definitely flat about it, but I think going into this game we were pretty realistic of what was likely to come, and yeah, it is what it is, so yeah, another loss in the books. Have we learnt much from this game? I don't think we've learned a great deal, to be honest with you. We're not a great team, neither are they. They might beat some easy beat teams, but I don't think Carlton will play finals. I don't think we will either. Not really a hot take, but I think that's just the honest reality of these two sides at the moment. But, to focus on us, it is just about getting games into young players, and we got to see that tonight, and there were some good signs. Luol on debut, bit of a surprise to see him come in, obviously. Late call-up with Red Dog getting ruled out. First kick, first goal, so he gets to join that exclusive club, which is fantastic. And look, I thought he did okay, to be honest. I didn't really know what to expect when I've watched him at VFL level. He's sort of had good moments here or there, and I guess that was pretty similar here in the AFL. The thing that I did take away from it and I really liked was that he hits his tackles really hard. There was a few times he really nailed a few blokes, and often you see players who come up from the VFL, the AFL, is the physicality that they struggle with the most. That and probably speed, I think. And that seemed to be something he did okay with. He really hit guys hard. Got caught a couple of times with the footy, but for a debut player who I don't think any of us were expecting to be playing, 1 week, 2 weeks ago, he did all right. So, yeah, happy for him. Some, good signs from some of the young defenders. Zach Johnson, Angus Clark with ball in hand. Zach Johnson in particular, really nice seeing him take the game on, using it really well. He's definitely one that just want to keep getting games into. There's something really, really promising about him. Who else did I think was good? I thought Setterfield had a pretty good game, to be honest. Played on Cripps. Cripps was pretty quiet, so he'll probably get 3 votes in the Brownlow, knowing how stupid that award is at the moment. But yeah, kept him pretty quiet, which was good. But, I think Carlton just have a very good contested midfield group at the moment, and there were times that we really struggled with them. Obviously times that we did get a bit of ascendancy, but they bat pretty deep in that department, and I think that really shone as a lot. I really expected Goldie to be a lot worse against TDK. Don't get me wrong, DeConning was dominant in patches, but I was kind of expecting to be a little bit embarrassed, and I don't think I was. Goldie did some pretty good things all in all. But yeah, look, this was a game where we lost it at quarter time. We had a really bad first quarter. We just kept kicking it to their defenders, who were able to take intercept mark after intercept mark. And then we slowly pegged it back. And at this point in time, we don't have the firepower to be able to just go bang and put, 40, 50 points on in a quarter. But that might come. So, look, overall, disappointing to lose, but like it was expected. I tipped Carlton. I think most of us probably did. So, yeah, disappointing. But at the end of the day, this is not a shock knowing just where we are right now and the team that we have available to us. I guess actually we should probably talk about Sam Durham. Dropped a pretty crucial mark late in the game, which probably was the moment where I think it was all done and dusted. We couldn't really win from there unless he'd gone on, hit someone on the forward line or, kicked a 60-metre top goal. But more importantly, it was that hit, the bump that he chose to make on Chera that, look, I think it's going to rule him out. I mean, if someone's got their head over the ball, you choose to bump, you collect them. That's just what's going to happen. I mean, who knows with the MRO these days what they're going to do, but I think we can expect to see him out of the team for a couple of weeks. So those of you who've been crying out for SARS to get a crack, he might get a crack now, with a spot being opened up there. I think who else might potentially come in, but yeah, I think we can expect a couple of weeks on the sidelines now, which, knowing that we're about to play the Cats, looks pretty daunting. After a couple of pretty spirited performances, I am very worried about next weekend. It could be a Adelaide Bulldogs type day. Hopefully it's not, but I think that's a real possibility. So, let us know what you think, everyone. Thanks for watching the video. Podcast early morning tomorrow, so get your hot takes and your votes in as soon as possible. You can find those on our social media pages, all of that stuff, to get in there and let us know your thoughts. But yeah, look, flat to lose, but it is what it is. That's what this season's going to be like. Looking at the ladder right now, this puts Carlton up to 11th. Good on them. And Melbourne slipped to 14th. So we get that pick 5 back, which is great, which we love. Anyway, that's all from me. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend. Go Dons.